living the dream today. We've got the old Mcormick on the muck spreader, just short of a tractor, so I commandeered this. Well, we aren't actually. I tried to put the 630 on the muck spreader, and I don't know, the PTO shaft isn't compatible to what's coming out of the tractor, so we don't know what's going on. Anyway, instead of pissballing about investigating too much, I just put this old girl on, and yeah, it's making me smile, it really is. It's an MTX 135, 135 horsepower. Cummins engine. Come on, dog. Quite basic in cab life. Cummins engine, it's 6-cylinder, 135 horsepower, very throaty engines are Cummins. You know, you can drag them down to 1200 revs and they'll still pick up. They work like a Perkins. I always think a Perkins is a high revving engine, where the Cummins is more a throaty, low rever. It talks from 12 to 1600 revs sort of thing. And yeah, it's very simple really. 4-speed box, and then it's got 4 gears on the button, so every gear, every manual gear, 4, you've got 4 splitters. But it's quite a comfy environment, everything's at hand, and yeah, good tractor. When we bought this, it was £32,500 in 2006. Which sounded a lot of money then. We backed off John Deere because there was so much price difference. I think there was 8,000 price difference between this and a 6820. And looking back, we maybe should have had the 6820, because the 6820 would have been worth the £8,000 more than this tractor, and would have been probably a better tractor in that era, but not slating this at all, because it's been a right thing really. And it's, well, doing the job today, isn't it? I mean, a lot of young lads would say, "Ah, bollocks, I'm driving that heap of shit," but you know, them Fendt drivers and John Deere drivers, but it's doing a job, and it's doing a job very cheap. I mean, there's no finance on this old girl. Done 8,500 hours. We have had a couple of repairs to it. It had the brakes done in, it had what else did we? Oh, it did a clutch pack on one of the splitters. This is a bit of stewardship we've got going on. It's now but a wet hole really, and it was covered in wildflowers, but they've all seemed to have disappeared and thistles have taken over. We're taking this muck straight out of the shed. So we ain't really bothered about blackgrass in here, because there's plenty of blackgrass, but we're going to chance putting it in with winter wheat on a real heavy seed bed. We're going to plough it, real heavy seed rate, and see if we can get a crop of wheat off it, and then we'll go back to maize, because maize did pretty good actually for the time, for the season it had, because it was very dry when we drilled it, and it never really drilled after, but it managed to find a root. And it produced about, I would say, around the 10-ton mark. Why did tractors get more complicated than this? Why did we need all? I know it's a lot of it to do with emissions, but Christ, you know, sensor for this, sensor for that. Frank's always said if you refine this tractor, this model and this era of tractor, as in the John Deere 6820, 6920s and the 20 range, and the Mcormick and the MX135 case before then, because this is an MX135. And then Mcormick bought them out and took the factory over in Doncaster. And when we bought this tractor, Scrutons, who we bought it off, organised a trip to the factory. It was very interesting actually. But the factory wasn't doing much, and it was sort of in the back of our minds that this isn't really a productive factory. This is, well, destined to finish, because there wasn't a lot going on. Half the line wasn't being used. There was blokes and women sat leant against their benches, not doing a lot. Anyway, about 3 years after that, it finished, mate. So yeah, it's a good old tub. She's handling this bloody spreader. I think it's a 12-tonner. And yeah, she's handling her alright. In fact, I used to do all drilling with this tractor years ago with believe it or not, a Coon 4-metre combi on it, and it killed it, absolutely killed it. But it did it for years and years until we got the Magnum. We didn't quite grow enough muck, so Sexy Fingers is bringing a few more load of compost, and then that is it for us. Compost season is over for a 25. We'll maybe lead some over winter for Springland. Getting very windy. I had some spraying to do and some rain, but I think that's going to happen. That lady going through gate now, or standing near the gate, she's the one what's due to calf, and she's altered a bit. I'll still give her a month though. Gosh, we're having some horrendous showers. Oh, someone's in trouble. Air ambulance, that's a bad sign, isn't it? It's ploughing very well, to be fair, but it's very dry. As in, like, the maize crop's taking all the moisture and the dry weather, but it's ploughing beautiful. And what we're doing with this field, it's got a terrible blackgrass problem, and we're just trying to chuck everything at it. We're going to drill it with wheat. I know it's a gamble. We've mucked it, put a hell of a lot of muck on, and we're ploughing it to try and turn all seeds down to the bottom. And we're going to really work it into a nice seed bed and get it drilled next week. And quite a heavy seed rate as well to try and keep blackgrass at bay in the bottom, you know. And I'm more ploughing it to try and keep it drier. Well, Ollie started it yesterday, but I'm just finishing it this morning. Yeah, this is what you call a mole plough, if you don't know. And what it does, it drags that through the soil at that depth, and it puts like a mole channel in. And it's well drained as this field, but the surface water struggles to get down to the drains. So what we're doing, we're trying to help that surface water by feeding we're crossing the drains, which is drained that way. And we put a mole what crosses the drains, so it feeds from the sides as well. That's the idea. Yeah, we made that mole plough about, Christ, how time goes, about 6 or 8 years ago. Consists of KRM headstock. The steel was off an hard beat drill, what we exported all the boxes to New Zealand. And lad left us with the frame, so that's off a beat drill. The wheel, that was off a parabolic power. The disc assembly was off a dowsel plough. The wheels were off an hard subsoiler we had, and we bought a leg and ball. That's a brand new ball this time actually, because we want other one out. We bought the leg off Pananglia. And it works really well, because when we first built it, we thought it disturbed the soil too much, you know, and it was more subsoiling than mole ploughing. Anyway, you know, like it was lifting, because a mole plough was really supposed to cut a slip, and that's it. But it was lifting the soil, and we couldn't stop it. Wherever we had the top link, we couldn't drag that mole to stop disturbing the top. Anyway, I got digger and I dug the channel out and to see what evidence, what was happening underneath, and it makes the perfect bullet hole. It makes the perfect mole hole. So yeah, it maybe does disturb the top a little bit, but it's still doing what it should underneath. Right, I'll give it a go. There's been quite a bit of rain in night. It's been really greasy, what with the greasiness of the clay soil and the greasiness of the clay soil and the muck on top, because we took this muck straight out at Ford Yard, you know, actually out of the pig yard into the spreader into the field. And some would say, oh, you're bringing blackgrass on, which we aren't really bothered about in here, because we know there's millions of blackgrass anyway. So, yeah, and it's making it hard work. My disc's hardly turning, and my wheels keep getting bunged up on the cleaners, but I've only got this bit left, so it's going to have to have it. making a hell of a job of ploughing this, he really is. He's taking his time. It's a very width plough, which basically means you can open and shut the furrows from 12 to 20 inch. Well, he'll be about 14 inch furrows. So he ain't trying to be too greedy and take too much. And he's just turning it over perfectly, really. I mean, you don't look at the straight furrow, because the best of ploughmen will struggle to have a straight furrow in our land, because you get all different types of land which pulls your plough different ways, you know what I mean? So you can straighten out with your vary width, but I mean, I ain't bothered about straight furrows. I mean, we aren't match ploughing, are we? But with that's a Cavernland plough, marvellous plough, Cavernland ploughs. In fact, the best plough on market. We used to run Dowswells, DP7s, then we went to a D100S. That was a bit lightweight, we pulled that to bits. And then we got a heavyweight DP7 D2. And then we got a Lemkin, which I didn't like. I didn't favour the Lemkin, I didn't like it at all. And then we ended up with one of them, which was a standard plough. And then we got the vary width Cavernland off a friend of ours at York. And mega plough, absolutely mega plough. A Cavernland 28 body just turns the soil over perfect and very effortless to pull and all. The design of the body makes it easy to pull. Good job on a Saturday morning, this. Trouble is, it's nearly running out. Nearly finished. Very content this morning. Actually, make the most of it, because we're clearing out on Monday, Tuesday. So end of the line, I'm afraid. But I was just sort of walking through whether don't we bed them up. But to be fair, they're nice and dry. There's plenty of dry, clean places where they're living, where they're sleeping. So it'd be a waste of straw. And I don't know what barley straw's got to, but it's extortionate, isn't it? It's more than hay. It's making more than hay, which is sort of a bit strange. But I think we're thinking we've got plenty of straw. Well, these are a bit mucky, but I think we'll have to put a bale in here. A bale or two in here anyway. Yeah, we think we've got plenty of straw. Oh, they are a bit mucky. We'll get some couple of bales put in there with spread a bit. Yeah, we've got plenty of straw. We're using sawdust as well, so that's making our straw go a lot further. Very dusty to handle though. It don't seem to faze the pigs, so that's the main. Well, they're good pigs though, look at the size of that.